FM Bumpurugu, Clenham Radio Bato, Gaskia FM, Techiman, and Radio Wa. Get radio, TV, and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, search underway for 13 fishermen reported missing after 2 fishing boats carrying 23 persons capsized at the Ada estuary. Also, former Chief Justice Sophia Kufu calls for review of the 1992 Constitution, citing the inability of the National Development Planning Commission to implement its development plans.
There are some very substantial changes that we're going to have to propose, that because they are necessary to be made in the Constitution.
Also, thousands of registrants remained frustrated 3 days into the limited voter registration exercise in the Tamale Metro Center in the northern region as processes remain slow to the equipment malfunction.
Assemblyman who gathered us in a bus and brought us here, the queue was not going in an order, and we didn't like that.
This is our 3rd day of coming here.
We'll also tell you how the deteriorating air quality is compounding the struggles of sensitive groups, especially those living with asthma.
It's not easy. It's a difficult moment, especially something that relates to your breath. You can't breathe.
These are more coming up shortly. We start from Adan, where at least 13 fishermen are missing after 2 boats carrying 23 of them capsized at the Adan estuary. The incident is reported to have occurred whilst trying to enter the Volta River. The Adan East District NADMO coordinator, Ebenezer Tekise Nate, who confirmed the incident, said all 10 fishermen in one of the boats were rescued, but the 13 others in the second boat are still missing. NADMO and the Navy are searching for the 13 missing fishermen. We have more on that coming up later. Now let's head to the Upper West region, where families of 3 men arrested and allegedly killed later by police in Tuna Nahari in the Upper West region have appealed to the Interior and National Security Ministers to commence investigations to unravel the mystery surrounding the death of the men. The trio were apprehended at their homes during the wee hours on December 1, 2022 by gun-wielding men at Tuna and Nahari in the Savannah region. Join News Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafiq Salam has more.
Tuna and Nahari are mourning. The 2 communities are a few kilometers away from each other and both located in the Solo Tuna Calvert district of the Savannah region. The people are grieving over the loss of 3 young men. Adam Zahir retired is a direct uncle to Jim Okocho and Hadi Salvu, and he speaks for the family.
They've made arrangements at the police mortuary. We should go there and identify whether the 3 people we are looking for are among the 7 dead bodies. How? When I went to extend them on in April at the mortuary, I couldn't even identify them because all their faces were covered with blood.
The bodies of the 3 young men were finally released to their families for burial.
Rafiq Salam with that report. Now, thousands of registrants remain frustrated and stranded 3 days after the voter registration exercise commenced across the country. In the northern region, many eager eligible registrants have been queuing for days due to the slow process, mainly because the equipment continued to malfunction. In the Tamale Metro Center in the northern region, only 72 people have been enrolled onto the register. Northern Regional Correspondent Martina Bukri has the rest of the story.
The limited registration exercise in the northern region capital Tamale continues to witness very long queues at the 2 offices of the EC in the regional capital. At the Tamale Metro EC offices, some of the residents told Joy News they've been to the center since the first day and are yet to get the chance to have their names captured.
I came yesterday and I arrived around 8:30. The assemblyman who gathered us in a bus and brought us here, the queue was not going in an order, and we didn't like that.
This is our 3rd day of coming here. It didn't go well for us at all.
Since day 1 of this registration, we have been working with only 1 electoral area. On the first day, we were able to register only 1 person.
Martina Bugris reports. Now let's move to Domi-Kwabenya. The delegates will decide. That's the verdict of the constituency secretary for Domi-Kwabenya, Theophilus Ansalabi. As Member of Parliament for the area, Adjoa Safo declares her intention to contest the seat in the upcoming elections. In a televised message, Adjoa Safo apologized to the rank and file of the New Patriotic Party for her long absence and perceived ineffectiveness as a lawmaker and government appointee. Accepting the apology, Theophilus Ansalabi said her fate will be decided by the delegates.
Domi-Kwabenya has been in the news for all the bad reasons. It got to the extent that they wanted to declare this seat vacant as a result of her doing. Apology well taken. MPP, we have the men and women. She's one of them. The delegates will decide.
At the national level, Deputy General Secretary of the NPP, Haruna Mohammed, says that Adjoa Safo's apology is a step in the right direction.
I think for her to have a public apology first in the place, I think that it is good. I think that it's in the right direction because she's speaking to the larger population and not only to the New Patriotic Party, but also speaking to Ghanaians as a whole, people who are not even in her constituency. I think that she's showing a certain sign that she admits that certain things have happened that she thought or she thinks that it hasn't gone very well, and she's apologizing to the people of Ghana.
Well, it is unclear what triggered this apology, but at Domi-Kwabenya, mixed reactions greet Adjoa Safo's apology.
Safo administration is very poor. When it's voting time, you see her around, going up and down with a macho man. That's what they are, all of them are up to. They are there for their own interest. What are they doing to help the constituency?
So you're not ready to receive her back after the apology?
No. The MPC, there are many. We want them to come downstairs. 270, what are they doing?
Human being offend human being. So if she has done something, she has realized that what she has done is wrong. Who are we to say no? We forgive her. So that one, therefore, apology is accepted.
And you had some residents of Domi-Kwabenya reacting to Adjoa Safo's apology. Now, with over 2 million NCD cases since 2020, asthma ranks third, trailing only after hypertension and diabetes mellitus in Ghana. Even more concerning, 36,780 new asthma cases emerged from January to June 2023. For these sensitive individuals, worsening air quality due to vehicle emissions compounds these struggles. In our first report on air pollutant impact, we follow Ruben, an asthma sufferer for 17 years, illustrating the grave consequences of deteriorating air quality.
In Accra, the familiar sight of cars trapped in a gridlock is an everyday occurrence. However, an unsettling reality accompanies this urban tableau. A cloud of thick plumes of toxic fumes emanates from many of these vehicles. These harmful emissions infiltrate the lungs of millions, regardless of age, with lethal consequences that unfold over time. For many residents, particularly those with heightened sensitivity, this smog is gradually transforming from annoyance into a genuine menace and silently causing harm, with thousands paying the price for every breath they take. Ruben Alexander Otu knows this all too well.
It's not easy. It's a difficult moment, especially something that relates to your breath. You can't breathe.
Ruben, like many Ghanaians, had to board commercial public transport to their destination.
Smoke from their exhaust pipes, very bad.
The journey is far from comfortable. Not even his nose mask can save him.
I do experience that a lot.
In Ghana, the impact on non-communicable diseases is striking. From January to June 2023 alone, 36,780 new asthma cases have emerged.
I use my inhaler almost every day.
Michael Ashali's report now. Former Chief Justice Sophia Akufo is backing calls for the review of the 1992 Constitution. According to her, the Constitution in its current state does not give the NDPC the authority to implement development programs. The reason the Commission only plays an advisory role to government. Speaking at a Constitutional Review seminar organized by the Institute of Economic Affairs here in Accra, Sophia Akufo insisted the amendment of the Constitution will help institutions like the NDPC foster development.
There are some very substantial changes that we're going to have to propose, that because they are necessary to be made in the Constitution concerning the role, the function, the working, the processes, and the output of the NDPC. You don't set up an institution like the NDPC and then you cover it under a bushel, and its output does not necessarily reflect in the nation present and future.
Former Chief Justice Sophia Kufu ending the bulletin this morning. In our top story, search underway for 13 fishermen reported missing after 2 fishing boats carrying 23